I gotta show you that scene.
You watching pornos on YouTube again?
On YouTube? It's the best place.
I really wonder if face coverings are gonna be like a permanent part of our culture, or do you guys think it's just gonna be like a temporary thing?
People can't hang.
Yeah.
I think for Americans, I don't think it will be, because we have such a, like, our culture is such a, get the fuck off my face. So
Literally.
Yeah, so when I was like, so I went to go work out at LA Fitness in my city, and you have to have a face mask on. And while I was working out, I felt like I was suffocating. So I'm like, fuck, how do I keep this shit on? And everywhere I look, everyone's already slowly starting to pull it off.
Really?
So everyone, I think, like, with the American culture, because people don't really like follow directions here, I think eventually it's just gonna be like, fuck this. And I know there's places in the OC, which is just the next county over,
Yeah,
they're
they
already
have
fuck
it.
face masks.
You know what it is? We follow directions to a certain point, and then once we're like, this is stupid, then it's stupid after that.
Yeah.
Or what about you?
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna keep wearing mine just because I think they're cool.
Yeah, same.
Do you have a good looking one or?
Yeah, I got some cool ones, and then like and Goody put out some cool ones. So.
Aha!
Aha.
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh. Just trying to make some money.
Goody just bought a large inventory of them, so I think it's pretty cool to wear them still, guys.
My boyfriend's dad was telling me, like, oh, back then when you wear a mask, like, you would get beat up because, you know, you're associated with like a bad, like, you're a bad person or whatever.
What?
Like a bandana?
I don't know.
In Asia?
Probably.
Everyone wore them in Asia.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, I guess, like, when you were wearing masks at the time, like, you're just considered someone, like, as a part of the gang. So he was just saying that, like, oh, it's funny that back then when you wear a mask, like, you get beat up, but then if you don't wear a mask now, you get beat up.
Were they wearing medical masks by then? That's like part of the gangster culture?
I don't know.
Or was he just a gangster and he just got beat up all the time?
He could be, and I wouldn't have known.
So does that mean he was a bad gangster if he was the one getting beat up?
Yeah, it's not one of the good ones.
Or maybe
Like, he wasn't-
He was just
Tough, yeah.
maybe the area he was in just didn't like nurses,
Maybe.
and it was like a whole beef nurse.
Yo, no nurses here. Doctors only.
Doctors wear masks too, so how'd they get through?
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
I don't know. They have different kinds of masks. All right, well, a Swiss team has spent the past 2 years, so even before this coronavirus stuff, the past 2 years, they have been developing a transparent, breathable material in order to use them for masks.
Doesn't
I was
that
gonna
defeat
say-
the purpose?
Yeah, if it's a Swiss team, that's why there's holes all in it.
You're
Swiss
dumb,
cheese?
dude.
Yeah.
That's what they do to their cheese, man.
It's a Swiss mask. Swiss cheese, Swiss mask, come on. And you know rats are gonna like it.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese should be 1/3 less than all other cheeses.
Yeah, in price?
Yeah.
For sure.
Mostly air. You guys might be feeling, well, that defeats the purpose. What the fuck is the point of this? That's stupid. Well, there's a good reason behind it. The reason why they wanted to develop this is because they saw a need for, pretty much a need for empathy in the medical career, or medical field, because a lot of healthcare professionals have expressed that when they are caring for sick patients, like particularly the elderly or children, that they're very lonely in these like situations, in these rooms where they're all alone because they're isolated for whatever illness they have. And then once a medical professional comes in, they're wearing a mask, so they can't even see their face. Like they can't see that they're smiling. They can't like have any sort of empathy with the patient, which makes the patient feel really alone.
Y'all do it with the eyes. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah, but there's only so much that you can show, and like the smile goes a long way.
I'm sorry you're going through this.
You're not smiling.
Because once if I saw their face and I'm like, oh, like, yeah, like I can't wait to get out of this to go to like see my friends next year, and then the doctor's just like, ooh. It's not just.
They'd obviously be very mindful of what kind of facial expressions they are making. But yeah, that's like mainly the reason here as to why they wanted to create a transparent mask.
Does it protect still?
It does. It actually functions the same as like the blue or the green or the white mask.
What is it made out of? Like aerogel?
No, they developed a very special type of material where it does have holes in it enough where like it filters air coming in and it doesn't allow air to come out. But so just like the same like with those disposable masks that we currently have, but they were able to develop a material that is like semi-transparent.
I guess that's better than like them coming in a full hazmat suit where they still have the screen.
Yeah, and you could see their whole face.
Yeah, but then I would be more afraid if they came in with that
Yeah.
than just like a small piece of cloth.
I'd be like, oh shit, I got radiation or something.
Yeah, for real.
I just want to show you my face.
They were talking about how one of the people on the team, they had assisted with the 2015 Ebola outbreak in West Africa, and they saw the like the limitations that a face mask had, to the point where a lot of healthcare professionals, they actually would print photos of themselves smiling and then tape it to their uniform.
Weird.
So then like the patients can see like, this is what I look like, this is a smile you can get because you're alone, and like
That brings them happiness.
yeah, like because a lot like, you know, with like emotions, they really play a part in our health.
Yeah.
So if you're not feeling like any sort of happy, then it's just gonna make your recovery even
You
harder.
just need to like get more doctors that are comedians.
Yeah, like, hey, I know you have Ebola. I want you to be able to see it.
They should all just have like clown noses on. Just like, you only have a week.
Oh shit.
Oh, they put like a whoopee cushion on the bed.
There you go.
How do they know the timeline of when they tell people like you have 3 months left? Like how do you know?
I think it's usually a generalization of like, hey, you're gonna start declining pretty fast.
But like how do they even see that?
Probably from like a bunch of people who have had it before died.
And they're like, oh, this is the stage you're in, and then this is how long they had. Yeah, that makes
And it's
sense.
a guess. They can be wrong on that too.
Yeah, and they're wrong all the time. What sucks for doctors is that they really have to disconnect from that. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably deal with so many patients that die and shit, so they can't get too connected, or else it's really hard on their mental health and shit. So I know a lot of them, they kind of have to shut that off.
Yeah.
And because I know sometimes, you know, when they got to deliver the news, like, hey, I'm sorry, but your wife isn't gonna blah blah blah. They can't even. They're not even allowed to be too sympathetic, you know.
They have like grieving rooms where they tell them and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, their job is like everyone's scariest day.
Right.
Well, they actually have patient representatives that are in the room there with the doctor to like assist the emotional part of that, because it's heavy for the doctor to also take that on.
So it's such a tough job.
Yeah, I got a homegirl who's a nurse, and she deals with like kids that are really sick, and man, she's like she goes through it, you know. She'll go home, she's like, oh, I need a break. I can't deal with this. Yeah.
It's heavy. Same with like social workers and stuff too. They deal with all that.
Fun fact, one of the leading doctors in China that's trying to find a cure for COVID is actually my grandpa's student.
What?
My grandpa was his mentor. My grandpa was like an anesthesiologist.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And I didn't know that until like one night my mom, she was like, hey, help me take a picture of this picture. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was
already
like,
done.
do you see this guy? And it was just like this random like guy that I've never seen in my life. And I was like, yeah. It's like, he's one of the leading doctors in China right now. And I was like, what? He's like, that's your grandpa right there. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, he was your grandpa's student. And I was like, what? And I was like, where do I come from?
Yeah, does she get mad and like why you're not a doctor?
No, she doesn't.
She's like, which reminds me, what the fuck, Julia?
I know, right?
You do have a doctor in the family, right?
We do have a doctor in the family.
You're a brother?
Yeah. Yeah, Zane.
A year from now, we'll check back in and see if he solved it or not. And then it'll be extra cool or extra not that cool.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Damn. But that's dope though. I was like, wow, that's him. But he like looks obviously older now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it's easier to break bad news if you're a doctor if there's no loss.
What do you mean?
Like if I was a doctor, I would want to fuck around all the time. So if it's like something
You want to fuck
small,
with someone's emotions?
fuck yeah, it's so fun. Like if someone had like a cold,
You're
I
horrible.
would come in and tell.
Talking to someone who tricks his mom all the time.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, you're gonna die tomorrow, and I get to fuck around, and you say, just kidding, and then you get to have.
And then you get your ass beat for just playing around. You're right. We shouldn't have.
It's all about the delivery, though. It's all about
shouldn't
delivery.
have laws.
Have you seen?
I don't want to get sued. I like fucking around, but I don't want to get.
Wait,
sued.
how would you deliver? Let's hear it.
It depends on the person. I need the
To
interaction.
Julia.
What are you coming in for first? I gotta
You
know.
make it up.
Yeah, make it.
Okay, you came in here for athlete's foot,
Okay, sure.
Julia.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking sorry, but you have cancer of the toe, and it's spread. It's very malignant, and we're gonna have to amputate below the knee.
Why below the knee? Why not just like, just my foot? Like.
Just kidding.
Okay. I was wrong.
That was fun.
I was wrong. We all had fun.
Is that fun?
It wasn't fun. I was going through the motions, and I was like,
But now it's less.
why would it have to be from the knee down? Why could it just be
Busting
from
a
my
Michael
ankle?
Scott when he was pretend firing
I
people.
fucking love Michael Scott. He's the homie.
Or have you seen that Family Guy clip where he goes to the doctor and the doctor comes out and he's like, all right, well, there's only 2 weeks left, and then Peter's like, what? And he's like, in my wait. Okay, so he's like, he's like, there's only 2 weeks left, and they're all alert, and he's like, for my health club membership, and they're like, oh, and he's like, well, anyways, all right. not gonna make it. And they're like, oh, like to that appointment I have for dinner because reservations are too early. And it's like, yeah, there's so many. Oh, it's so funny.
I like in Arrested Development.
That's tight.
Have you seen Arrested Development?
I've seen some.
Yeah, where they'll come in and be like, oh, like your son is like no longer with us, and then everyone starts crying. He goes, yeah, we moved him to the next room over because it was like they're doing construction on this side. Every single time it's something about how he like died or something.
Fucking Michael Scott did the same shit to Meredith when she got it. He hit her with the car.
Yeah.
And then like it turns out that she has rabies or whatever. But then he was like, we lost Meredith.
My childhood dentist, the one that used to live close to me, I would go there and have to pull my tooth out. He'd look at my tooth and he'd be like, and he'd take out like the biggest pliers I've ever seen. And I'm like, I don't need these. I don't know. But it just made it so fun. Like I couldn't wait to go back.
That's where you got it from.
So you like pull out other things like a big ass syringe. I don't need this one either.
See, that's good.
And it just ends up being like a little like Q-tip that like a little swab to like numb it.
Fucking funny, but then what does he do when he does need the?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
Dude, I wish you could fuck
He
with
gets a
that.
chainsaw.
I was just thinking
He's
that.
like, I'm sorry, this is not a bit.
Not this time, buddy.
This one's real.
Patients just no longer trust him ever for anything.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.